Today I'm hiking up to the top of Mount St. Helens, an active volcano in Washington state. This hike has a lot of steep trail and a lot of rock scrambles to take you up to 8,300 feet above sea level. The top of Mount St. Helens gives amazing views and the most scenic place I've ever played my Steam Deck. It's just about 3 in the morning. I have 2 hours left of this road trip down to Mount St. Helens. I'm gonna try to summit the volcano. Could take anywhere from 3 to 6 hours to get to the top, so start bright and early. It's 5 a.m. on the dot. Just got to the trailhead. I'm gonna suit up and probably stretch and get started. We are off. It is just after 5 in the morning. It's a nice, cool, crisp 32 degrees. It's down at the trailhead. I think sunrise is gonna be like 6:45. After that point, it might get a lot warmer, but right now it's pretty cool. So this hike actually takes you, like, you summit Mount St. Helens, which is really cool. It's a little bit over 4 miles long. The first 2 miles are just through woods, and there's like very little elevation gain for it. But the 3rd mile is like a rock scramble, and then the 4th mile is a straight up hike. And it's something like 5,000 feet of elevation, which is mostly in the last 2 miles. So it seems easy at first, and then you start crying about halfway through. So I'm gonna shut up and pay attention to where I'm walking so I don't break an ankle, and then maybe when it gets a little brighter, check back in. I wish the stars showed up in the video. I don't think they do, but there are no clouds. There's no light pollution out this far. Whenever you look up, there's so many, and they're so clear. It's so freaking pretty. So not that you can see, but I have bear spray on me, and not really for bears. I have it in case of mountain lions, because there's mountain lions out here. And not that I think I'm ever gonna actually use it, but it's so quiet out here. If I hear like a twig snap behind me or something, like any rustle, I just assume it's a mountain lion and I'm toast. But so far, I'm safe. So let's just hope it stays that way. This video will look a lot better when the sun starts coming up, I promise. All this sand looking stuff is volcanic ash. There's gonna be a lot more of it as I go up. Okay, I am 2 miles in, which means there's a little over 2 miles left, and just under 4,000 feet of elevation gain over those 2-point-something miles. So it is beginning. It took 45 minutes for the first 2 miles. My guess is maybe 4 hours for the last 2. I have no idea. I've never done this before, but basing it off of what other people say, that'd be a total of 5 hours to the top. It's probably average. It's only gonna get steeper. The sun is just rising over the horizon. So maybe in 30 minutes I'll start seeing some actual light from it. So this means we're at 4,800 feet. So now the trail is more or less a rock scramble. You can just start seeing the sunrise on the GoPro. These wooden poles are the only thing marking the right way to go. Thank God they're there. I have to say, I've never done a rock scramble in pitch black before. The name of the game here is slow and steady. Oh wow. Look at these flowers just sprouting from volcanic ash. There's a bunch of them. The GoPro absolutely sucks in low light, but I don't even need my headlamp anymore. The sunrise is getting bright enough that I can at least see where I need to go. It is 6:30. I think I called that. I said sunrise at 6:30, I think. So Mount Rainier is behind this outcropping right here. We saw that. This one way in the distance is Mount Adams. Mount Hood is way over there. You can't see it. Maybe when the sun rises you can. But you can see Portland if I zoom in. That's Portland all the way over there. This is crazy. Oh, you can see me now. Sort of. So just over this ridge is where the real bad stuff starts kicking in. and then it goes from bad to worse, and then you're at the top. So I'm just taking in this view right now. It is deathly quiet. The climber's login book at the trailhead had 3 names in it that started before me this morning. And keep in mind, I started at 5. So there are people starting way before that. Okay, almost fell. Camera goes away. There's finally light now. You can see the trail in the GoPro. It's stunning. Wow. Sunrise behind Rainier. It's so cool because you have all these normal rocks, and then sprinkled throughout are these volcanic rocks. Not even near the top yet, and the views are insane. So the next few poles that mark the trail are up there. So that's going to be a little scramble to get up. Oh, there's the next one. Wow, dude. I honestly thought it was going to be 30 times worse to go from down there to up here, but it really wasn't that bad. Oh, sun's out. Getting blinded. We are getting high though. It's definitely getting a little harder to breathe, but also my cardio is pretty bad, so could blame either one right now. I think it's time for sunglasses. Getting my first look at Mount St. Helens. It's a little bit more of the boulder field, and then right after that is the kind of final ascent straight up walking through volcanic ash. I'm at 2.5 hours. I'd say it's a pretty good time. Quick history, while it's relatively flat, Mount St. Helens is an active volcano. In 1980, the volcano erupted, blew off the top, and that was the last time it ever erupted. And it's cool to do this ascent. You need a permit, and before you receive the permit, you have to acknowledge that yes, this is an active volcano, and yes, it could erupt at any time, and like the state isn't responsible for whatever happens to you if you're up here when that happens. Fingers crossed that doesn't happen while I'm up here, but it's like pretty cool that that's one of the risks. Usually it's just like falling or getting lost or something, but no, volcanic eruption. And then Rainier over there is another volcano. I'm almost at the final ascent, and I found a little shady spot. I'm gonna have a granola bar, drink some water, catch my breath, and put on sunscreen because I am a pale boy. Rough estimate of what's left. I think there's about a mile and like 1,500 feet of elevation. So like still a good amount. Weather station. Just finished the last of the boulder part, and now it's the ashy ascent. It's also such a gorgeous day. You can see Rainier, Mount Adams, and then way in the distance is Mount Hood. It's just like gorgeous sunny day. There's no clouds for I don't know, probably 100 miles that way. This just worked out so well. Right at the 3-hour mark. Steepness is no joke. That is the top, so at least I can see it. And you can tell that this is tough for me because I only listen to music if I'm like trying to churn out miles or do something difficult like this. Usually just like try to immerse myself, take it all in, but I'm dying. Can't beat those views though. It's one final push. That is like the top that you see is literally the top. I feel like the steepness is never fairly represented on video, but that's what we're dealing with. The crater is still steaming. I think I'm just gonna chill here for like 30 minutes or so, drink some water, eat some snacks. I brought my Steam Deck too, because I wasn't sure how long I would need to recoup up here, so I might whip that out. My legs are dead. Has technology come too far? This is crazy. Been chilling for like 30 minutes or so. Legs feel good. It's probably time to head back down. So from the top of the trail, this is what it looks like. Look at this, it's like snow. I stayed up here a little longer than I meant to. I blame the Steam Deck and the great weather and great views. One last view before I lose it all. Okay. All the ashy steep part is done. We're back at the rocky part. I just don't think I'll film much because I want to stay alive. You can see so far today. So if I zoom in, you can probably see Mount Hood. But you can see, or at least I can, there's sister mountains of Mount Hood that you can see as well. Like the clarity is just insane. Headed down the steepest part. All the bouldering is past me now. The rest is going down here until we get to the forest. I am almost back in the forest. Look at these fall colors. Made it back to the forest. Back to this sign. I'm excited to actually see the trail through here, because it was still pitch black when I was coming through. Oh wow, the fall colors are through here. Oh man, this is gorgeous. This is a totally different trail in the daytime. Look how pretty this is. I got one, oh, I look like a freak. I got 1 mile left. Freedom. The volcano didn't erupt, and I wasn't eaten by a mountain lion. So this is the best case scenario that I could have asked for. I made it up the mountain in just under 4 hours, and then made it back down in just under 3. All in all, it's a good day. I did wake up at 1 this morning, and it's 1 p.m., so I've been up for 12 hours, running on 4 hours of sleep, with a 3-hour drive ahead of me. I'm gonna knock out this drive, and then I think go to bed.